And we're back again. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Vinyl Syndrome. I'm Rich, and as always, thanks for coming and checking my ass out. I appreciate it. We got another little stack of albums we're going to get through here. A little variety of some different metals, and I sprinkled in a little hip hop album here I want to talk about. So let's jump into that one first, get it out the way. I think some of you guys that are into hip hop, never heard of this, might actually dig this. So let's talk about it here for a second. We have an album here by two MCs who I'm not gonna honestly try to pronounce because I'm gonna butcher their names, so I'm just gonna leave it up to you guys. Yeah, it's right there at the top. Name of the album is Cult Theater. This is on Slime Records, 2020. Again, great little artwork happening here. Show you the back. Some more cool artwork going on here. Again, two MCs. What I really find interesting about this is kind of a more in a raw sounding aspect for hip hop. It's not all real polished, worked over in the studio or anything like that. It's not has no like real pop sensibility or anything like that. This is more some just straight like raw street hip hop, which I really dig. Also really dig that the stuff they're trying to convey through lyrics and your typical gangster rap or talking about selling drugs, a lot of that type of stuff. A lot of the messaging on this is actually pretty nice. Not that it's like corny or anything. They'll do a little spirituality, stuff like that. But this is a good album, good listen, good flows, nice little production. Again, something if you guys never heard of this particular album or these two particular MCs, I think this is their only album. They might have some EPs or something, I'm not sure, but as far as I know at the moment, excuse me, this is the only album I have currently out. But definitely give us a listen if you're into some a little more of that again street raw, hip hop sound and shit. This is definitely some good stuff. So give it a listen. Sorry, I wasn't trying to butcher those dudes' names, but I know I would have. So let's move on to an album that is, nothing, no real big deal. Just a big fan. This man, Bruce Dickinson. This is one of his solo albums. This is Chemical Wedding. Here we go, front and back. Great tracks on this. Kings of Crimson, Chemical Wedding chorus with that amazing chorus. My favorite track on the whole album, Book of Hell, Jerusalem, Trumpets of Jericho. I mean, this is a great album. Gatefold, just lyrics on the inside. Double LP, 1 hour blue and one is like an orange. But yeah, great album by Bruce Dickinson. Again, huge fan of Iron Maiden, so had to have it. If you never listen to any single Bruce albums, definitely check that one out, or Accident of Birth. Those are my two favorite, personal opinion, in the single Bruce Dickinson catalog. Next one here, Soilworks. Again, much like the band I talked about in my last video, this is another band I had a real soft spot for early on. Same thing with like In Flames, like I said in my last video. This is Natural Born Chaos, of course. Back here, again, just great tracks. Follow the Hollow, The Flame Out, Natural Born Chaos, The Bringer, great track. Black Star Deceiver, Mercury Shadow, my favorite track on the whole album. The last one, Soilworks, Songs of the Damned, Song of the Damned, excuse me. Just great album. I remember just spinning this non-stop on CD, never had it on vinyl, excuse me. Finally did get it, so happy to have it. Just white. Vinyl itself is white. Lyric sheet is the only insert. No posters or anything like that. But great album by great band. Never listened to like their earlier or mid-tier shit. Definitely give it a listen. This band was good, especially early on in their heyday, kinda, if you will, like In Flames was. Next band, next album. These guys are interesting. This was a blind buy I got. The first thing that track me to this was the album art. There you go. The name of the band, Vault Wraith. Name of the album is Death is Proof, Satan's Power. Cool little artwork again. That's instantly when I was like, okay, what's this? What's this about? Has that little people Abigail thing going on with this chick riding on this little chariot buggy here with Satan and some goals and whatever have you riding in the back. Pretty awesome shit. There goes the back. Again, some this is on Hell's Headbangers. There you go. It's actually the album itself is pretty cool. A little splatter. There we go. Little insert. That's cool little album art. Always a big fan of some album art. Lyrics. Here we go. This band itself, musically, falls in the black thrash category more than anything else. Which makes this band interesting and stand out are two things for me. One of the vocals. They have 3 vocalists in this band, and they range in death and black metal. This album is trying to tell a story, and what they do with their vocals sometimes on the first listen was a little chaotic. Parts that could be a little bit of a turn off. Other parts they pulled off really well. They'll kind of come at you with like this 3-prong attack. It's not on every song, and every song isn't, like this, but, they try to convey this little, like, I get it, like this little, like, theme, if you will, or atmosphere as, you're going through this album, the story, or you're somewhere in, like, the woods, or a cemetery or something. You got these ghouls or ghosts or whatever behind you or in your ear, like, doing all this type of stuff. And like I said, sometimes whenever they pull it off, it's pretty cool. Other times, if it's all coming at you one time with this attack, it can be a little too much. But the more I listened to it, the more I actually started to dig it. So again, take it what you will if you maybe first check this band out. The other thing I really dug is they begin their solos and breakdowns on a lot of these tracks. They had that more classic early on, black metal vibe happening, which I really appreciate. The first wave, if you will, to again bringing it back to a little more of that Merciful Fate, King Diamond vibe, which I, being a fan of that band, appreciate. You can pick it up a little bit in here, you know what I mean? Not that this band's trying to be exactly like Merciful Fate or King Diamond or anything like that, their own entity. You can just hear, like, a little bit of that influences later in this album, and how they try to, if you will, create the themes and stuff with this album. This is probably a cool album to listen to during, like, the fall, Halloween time, rolling around, stuff like that. Definitely be a fun listen. Like I said, I probably spun this about 3 times. The more I spun it, the more I dug it. I'll definitely be giving this more spins. Again, heading in towards the fall. But definitely give that album a listen. I thought it was pretty cool. Going on to this next one. Sorry if I butcher, again, the name of this band. I believe these guys are from Spain. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. This band is called Angelus, Patherida, something like that along those lines. Again, I'm sorry, name of the album's Clockwork. I'm sure I butchered the hell out of that name, which I know I did. These guys are pretty awesome. It's on Listenable Records. They range, and I guess I put them in the category of modern thrash metal. But just killer guitar work. Just, that type of guitar work, and if you hear it, it just, airworms its way into your ear, and it's just stuck in there. Great drumming. Vocalist is pretty good. Nothing too spectacular. Falls, in the realms of the typical newer thrash side of vocalist. Red vinyl, nothing too crazy there. Insert. Picture of the band. Lyrics. Pretty much the same deal on the other side. This band, I think, has around 5, maybe 6 albums out somewhere in the ballpark. I'm definitely going to check out more. So I'm going to try to keep digging, finding more from these guys. Again, I'm a big fan of thrash metal, especially if it's done real well. Like, I believe these guys, especially on this album, pulled it off. The bonus track they add on to this album is actually Iron Maiden's Be Quick or Be Dead. you do a good job of covering it. You know, they kind of stay within the realm of the song itself. They don't, go off and do anything crazy. The one time where I think they really do shine though on that track is when they do get into the chorus. They do like a little bit of a twist enough to make it their own and pretty much make make it pretty good. So definitely give those guys listen if you're into some good old modern thrash metal. Definitely good stuff. Again, sorry I butchered their name, but tried my best. That's all we can do, guys. That's all we can do. All right, let's go on to this next one. This next one is a phenomenal band that's been talked about a ton. So, don't going to get too deep into this. I just, want to show my appreciation too as well that I love these guys. And it ain't so much the music. I mean, yes, their music, is phenomenal, songwriting, all that stuff. It's just their attention to detail and writing the music, especially the lyrics. Especially like the interludes they put before, during, after songs or what have you. It just creates such a great vibe for what this band's trying to do on their albums. 1914. It's their first album, The Blind Leading the Blind. Great album. Double LP, standard black. It goes the back. 2019 Napalm Records. Again, standard black vinyl. Lyrics on the inside. There you go. No special inserts on this or anything. Phenomenal album. Love this album. And then let's jump right into the next one, 1914. The next one where Fear and Weapons meet. To follow up. Front, back, gatefold, again, standard black vinyl. Nothing crazy about that or anything. There you go. This one does come with a booklet. Like the last one. There you go. Just lyrics and pictures and stuff on the inside. Again, what I just love about this band, other again, crushing songwriting and everything, but their attention to detail and the lyrics is just amazing, man. It's just great. This is just one of these bands that's great. As you're listening to it, follow along with the lyrics, and you're just like blown away by how precise and detailed and everything is. And like I said, you get like these little interludes they add with the air that they're trying to convey and everything with the World War I and all that stuff. It's just, it's good, man. These guys are good. If I had to have a personal favorite of these two, again, I think they're both phenomenal. I personally like the best, the first one the best. I don't know what it is with that one. Just has to me more catchier songwriting, more catchier songs. It seems to go by faster. That's about it, but either way, you can't go wrong with these guys. I can't wait to see what they bring out next. So definitely, for some strange reason, that band hasn't made its way under your radar. Now it has, and make sure you listen to those guys because they're definitely worth it. This is the last one, guys. And this one I really dug. I remember hearing like a little thing about their EP. I never got around to listening to it or finding it or anything, so never actually found this. Jogged my memory. Was like, oh yeah, I remember hearing something about these guys. But the first thing that grabbed me was this artwork. Stormkeep. This is their full-length Tales of Other Time. This album art is fucking amazing. Pardon my French, pardon my language, but goddamn, this pretty much conveys what this album's all about. And if you listen to it, just awesome melodic black metal, dungeon synth, littered throughout the album as well. Just creates a great mood, great atmosphere, great storytelling for what, the journey that they're taking you on this album. Again, the artwork itself just explains what you're pretty much getting into with this album. Front, it goes to back. Again, not a lot of tracks on this. As you can see, there's only 6 tracks total, and this band does that thing where it's song, dungeon synth, breakdown, song, if you will, dungeon synth, breakdown, song. Not that that's a bad thing. The tracks themselves, run long, where the dungeon synth parts aren't that long. And they're good though, so it keeps the album in a nice good flow, keeps it a nice good pace, so it's very, very enjoyable. This was on I don't know if it's pronounced Van or Vaughn Records. I know it's an overseas label, so I'm not sure exactly how they pronounce that. But yeah, I really dig this album. Again, I spun this quite a bit since I picked this up. Again, just love that artwork. Can't say enough about it. And another thing that was nice about this, Again, it's always nice to get an album, because, stuff's pricey. It's just is what it is. Sometimes we get albums, sometimes we can get lucky and find little cheapy ones that wasn't that bad. Other times, we have to pay, a decent amount of money. And even, 20, 30, whatever have you, dollars can be a decent amount of money. So, and it's always nice that you spend that, you get like a little bang for your buck. And I think this album, along with the music, did that too with the packaging, which I'm going to show here. Has itself, the vinyl is pretty awesome. There you go. Front, back, label. When I first saw it, looked familiar. I was like, that looks familiar. Bathory, Bloodfire Ice. Yes, it reminds me of it anyways every time I see it. It has a cool little booklet. I believe this is rice paper. I believe this is printed on. I could be wrong. Pictures of the band throughout, song with lyrics and stuff like that. I really dug. Never finally, looking through the book, got to the end. There's this little passage to close it out with. It says, Stormkeep represents medieval fantasy, ancient legends, and magic exclusivity. There you go. Now you know what these dudes are about. As well as just making some kick-ass, again, black metal, melodic black metal mixed in with that great Dungeons. It's just good stuff. The other thing that they added with this was, honestly, I don't know why. I do know why. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This brought back the little geeky kid in me. It came with this map that goes along with the story that you're embarking on, with the whole wizards and dragons and the quest that they're taking you on. You see, it's a little map of Elda. There you go, the little mythical land that you're going on. Storm keeps taking you on this journey throughout the album. Again, this, for some strange reason, geeked me out. This reminded me of whenever I was a kid, and yes, I was one of those little geeky kids that play, Dungeons and Dragons. But there was another thing that I played that was similar to Dungeons and Dragons as well. Actually, I've actually played it more than Dungeons and Dragons. I'm sure you guys are familiar, of course, with Marvel. Movies and video games, all that stuff. But whenever I was a kid, there was this thing called Marvel, like an expansion, like game set. It was almost like Dungeons and Dragons, where you got like a map you'd lay out. Each guy got like that came with like cards, like Spider-Man, the Thing, Box, Puck, of course Captain America, Hercules, all of that stuff. And then you can either get one of those, or you can create your own hero or villain. And of course, there was one guy that was playing, instead of being like the dungeon master, he's like, was played the villain in the Marvel game, where he's either Doc Octopus or something like that. And something would happen on the map, and then your team would have to rush over and save the day, and everybody had their dice and hit points and all that stuff. So if I've seen stuff like this, it just brings me back to that. So it's just cool whenever you get like music that's like this, that's the artwork and the little extras that give you that little feeling of maybe you were a kid and you did stupid fun stuff like that. And not to mention, again, the music itself is fucking killer. I really like this album. So again, Stormkeep, Tales of Other Time, give it a listen if you never listened to this band. Especially, again, that album. Really good stuff. So that's all I'm going to do for this episode, guys. Again, as always, thanks for coming and checking my ass out. I appreciate it. Be on the lookout for another video. I'll be making some more. Like I said, I want to get into some 90s stuff coming up here soon. Because that's really, I've been jamming that pretty hard. Some 90s, like, and death and black metal. That's what I've been really trying to be on the lookout for. And I've been digging and collecting, so I might be doing one of them coming up very shortly, so definitely enjoying that. So that's gonna do it. Again, guys, be safe, love ya, take care, peace out.